Hey, I'm Rob North, Master Craftsman, and today I'm going to show you how to take an old toolbox and turn it into a new fish tank. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You're going to need some tools to get this thing done. What I figure we would use is a right-angle die grinder. Now, this is a very specialized tool. You probably wouldn't use it all the time, but in this particular case, we have tight spots that we need to get into, and a regular grinder won't do it. This will. With that, you're going to need a cutoff wheel and a couple of grinding stones to smooth out any sharp metal that you're going to have left over from the cutting process. You're gonna need some stuff to put it together. In this case, a marine grade adhesive and something to apply it with. And then a map torch, show you why in a second. And last but certainly not least, a pair of these. You only get one pair, protect them. Now this might seem like a complicated project, it's really not. All you have to do is get your hands on the toolbox. This particular one had drawers inside, so I just slid those out and got rid of them. After that, I had to turn my attention to the lid. You know, there's a spot in the top that holds tools and keeps everything separated. To get this thing out, I grabbed a right angle die grinder. Now, if you've never seen one before, this is a very specialized tool. It's designed to get into tight places that ordinary grinders can't reach. That's why I used it. In this particular case, I had to get down into the corners and along each side where that big grinder just couldn't have fit. I had a couple more cutouts to do here in the standards that held the drawers in. I cut those out, and that pretty much opened up the entire drawer body. After I got all of that stuff out, I then put on some grinder wheels to smooth down any sharp surfaces I had left from the cut. After that, I grabbed myself a screw gun and a drill bit, and I drilled a couple of holes in the back. Now, one was for the holes for the bubbler. You know, fish gotta have air. The other one was for the cord for the light. Now, the next thing you need to do is get yourself some acrylic. In this case, 3/8 of an inch thick. Now, you don't have to use acrylic that thick. You could probably get away with a 1/4 inch, but we wanted to make sure this thing never failed. Then once you get all of your pieces cut down, depending on the size of the box you're working with, then you have to assemble them. Now, the easiest way to do that is to put the bottom down first and then build everything around it. When you put this thing together, you can't over clamp it. That's because when you put the glue in this case, a water-thin adhesive, you have to have enough room for the glue to seep in between the pieces. At the same time, it can't be too loose because it has to be able to grab. Now, this particular adhesive, again, is water thin and you have to apply it with a needle. Once you get this thing put together, you have to take care of the edges. To do that, matte gas. That's called a flame finish. And basically, all you're gonna do is melt the exposed edge to the point where it turns crystal clear. Beautiful. Now, if you want to, you can put some adhesive between the tank and the bottom of the toolbox, but we're not going to because if we ever want to take it out to clean it, we can. All we need to do now is put a few accessories in. A bubbler, because fish need air. We actually got a circulator because we want to give them a little bit of excitement, you know? Now, the light has to get fastened to the top of the lid. You can put it in place and run a screw through it, but that screw would come out the top, and that ain't very attractive. So do what I'm gonna do, get yourself some good glue, probably polyurethane glue, and a couple globs, stick it on, hold it on with some tape, you're good to go. So with our tank tricked out, there's one last touch to add. The fish. How about that? Home sweet home. I'm Rob North, and that is how you get it done.